I can say from my experience here in Belize, for most people, they have time for the Lord whenever they're down on their backs. Hey, realistically speaking, life is busy, and that's how the devil would have it, you know. And I believe his plan is to keep people as, if not deceived, as just to be as busy as long as possible, so that their probation close and they haven't given their life to the Lord or walk fully with Him, or, you know. For me, I believe that's what he's doing. I've met quite a number of people. Like I was sharing with you, that experience with that gentleman. You went to visit him. I've been studying with him for about 2 months. You were there. He's a nice guy, very into the Bible study. He appreciates it, and he goes back and he studies. And when I went to visit him last week, Thursday, he said, Brother Daniel, I am convinced that the Sabbath is the Lord's day. I have been studying with you, and I've been studying my Bible and praying, and I believe that I should be keeping the Sabbath just like you. And he said, tomorrow, which was going to be Friday, I'm going to start keeping the Sabbath. I'm going to go on my Facebook page, and I'm going to change my opening hours, and I'm going to say that on Friday I'm going to be closing early, and for the first time I'm going to be closing on the Saturdays, because I'm going to be at church with my family. That's why he said, I said, brother, that's the best decision you could make. However, if I sit here and tell you that it's going to be easy, I would be lying. This is the day that the devil hates the most. And because you have decided to follow Jesus, you've automatically said, I am on an all-out war against the devil. So I said, brother, I'll be praying for you. This is the best decision you can make. God is happy with you. However, the enemy of God has now officially become your enemy. I prayed with him. I went on. I was at church Friday night. We were having communion service. To the end, like 10 minutes before he was trying to call me, he sent me messages. I couldn't listen to it because I was in service. But when I came out, he was like, brother, is the hospital open? And he's crying. And when I checked the messages, he sent me a photo, a video of his daughter. The enemy attacked his daughter, fell off the sofa, and hit her forehead on a wall, and it was deep, a lot of blood. Prior to this, in the day before this incident, a vehicle almost hit his daughter down. And he said, one thing was running through my mind, Brother D. That's why he called me Brother D. One thing was running through my mind was what you were sharing with me. I believe, he said, I believe that this is an attack from the devil, but I'm not giving up. And he was here at the hospital. He was telling Dr. Jeff, he believes that this is an attack from the devil, but as he said, he's not giving up. And I said, praise God. I am so happy to hear his decision, you know, that regardless, come what may, he's going to press forward because he believes it's the truth. And I am so happy that I could have been a part. I could have been God's hands, God's feet, God's mouthpiece. You know, I mean, sometimes you have some challenges, but however, you just going there, and after that Bible study, the joy on the faces to say, hey, this is truth, present truth, and you know, they're rejoicing in the truth. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. I've had countless experiences with different individuals, and being a Bible worker is like, for me, it now has become like my lifestyle, you know, like a part of my life. Like, I live for it. I live for it, you know, and now recognizing after studying the Bible more in-depthly, it has sharpened my relationship with God. Like, you seeing God working hand in hand with you in the mission field. You know, out there, it's an all-out war out there, but you seeing God working with you, working for you, you know, and seeing God answering prayers on behalf of the sick, of those that are needy, it's a blessing.